Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another Zenless Zone Zero reaction. Today we are going to be listening to Derailed Order, the night version. Obviously I've already heard the day version, but I wanted to split these up because they're just so long that if I were to do them both in the same video, that would be like a 20-minute video to talk about each one. So just saving myself a little bit on recording and editing there. But either way, I knew I was probably going to be getting to this one. And like I said in the last video, please going forward, if you're going to request stuff and you want me to hear a very specific higher quality version, please comment the song title in Chinese. Otherwise I might not be able to find the official version. Much like this one, I did try to find the official version, but no translation software could save me, and I could not ask any of my friends who know how to speak Chinese because they're all asleep right now, and I did not think about doing it in time for that to happen. So this is my planning gone wrong. Please save me that trouble and just help if you want me to get to those specific versions. Otherwise I'll just be using the rips that fans have uploaded to the English side. But enough yapping. Without further ado, let's get to this song, shall we? Let's go. Ooh. 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 Made it a little bit more grungy. Guess that makes sense given the whole night mode. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, that's a really good sample. I love how stripped down this one is. In the theme, at least. The beat is even heavier.
Ooh, don't even think about it.
Hell yeah. Great transition. Ooh. And back. Yep. Change again. I love it when songs do that. God, the scratching is so much more intense in this version. In the last one, it was a lot more of just like an accent. For this one, it's just like, oh yeah, we scratching. Whew. Oh, it opened up. Also, that kick sample. Like, I've been referencing other samples to this point. That kick sample has a punch to it. Feels like I'm standing in front of a kick drum. Like a 22-inch kick. Whew. Soften it up a little bit. Gotta have your bridge. Ooh. Ooh. Bringing in some like classic video game vibes with some of the samples on here. Great retro synth work. Hell yeah. Whew. I love that like lower synth in that too. This one's bringing me back to like 2012-ish. A lot of music in the EDM scene had this kind of vibe to it, especially in the indie circuit. A little bit more hip-hop adjacent, which obviously the first one was too, but this one does it even harder. That was dirty. It'll make you wait for it. You kept me vibing to this for a while. Yep. That little like screechy synth in there. Very 2011, 2012 like dubstep kind of sound. Of course, they have the growl synth in there too. It's all kind of going for that same approach. Damn, these are so much fun. I love these. But for a quick second, I want to call out the viewers on Bilibili who are watching the people who re-upload my videos there. I don't just love EDM. I read your comments. There were a few people who were like, oh, he just likes electronic music. He doesn't react to anything like more traditional. It's like, watch some of my other videos. I know not all of them get re-uploaded on there. I know not everyone over in China's translating all of my videos and uploading them constantly, but like, hey, I do more than that. I also love traditional work. I love orchestral music. Give me a second, but let me vibe, you know? Let me have my fun. Obviously, I'm not like mad or insulted by that at all. It's a fair assumption, but I just wanted to set that record straight for those who are feeling that way about my videos. If they happen to see this at all, like just letting you know, I do listen to a lot of different genres. I do not necessarily even have a preference. I just love music as a whole, and I love talking about it in every aspect. But also, 谢谢张国人, thank you for letting me exist on that platform, even by third-party re-uploads. I've been on Xiaohongshu for a while, and I've been enjoying my time there, so if anybody has not known that I'm over there, and you have an account over there, go follow me there. But that's unrelated. Back to the actual point of this video. What a badass version of this song. Love this so much. I actually especially love how they handled the bass line and the adjustment from the day version to the night version. Instead of putting it down, usually, which you would assume with night, things are getting a little bit less involved, they do the opposite. They pull it up in the mix. They make it a little bit higher, a little bit tighter. In the day version, it's a lot more subtle. It's in the sub-bass range, which does not get heard by too many people unless you have really good headphones, especially in those lower resonances. But this one, they were like, hey, listen to it at night. You're going to be active. Don't even worry about it, bro. We got you. And they're handling it and keeping everything so much more tight-knit together in the mix. And like I said, with other aspects of this, like the scratching being a lot more prevalent in this one, that's all a part of that. They're keeping the energy high and even bringing it higher at night, kind of juxtaposing what you would assume would happen at a night version in a game, probably because this game, I don't know if this is the case, wants you to play these areas at night, wants you to be active and constantly doing stuff. In some games, and a lot of games that have night versions, night cycles, they want you to feel a little bit more peace at ease, like things aren't necessarily going wrong at this point. But this gives more of the vibe of these threats are still here, if not worse. You know, like the nightlife has got to be in high, heavy existence for a song to keep its roots so aggressive, but then boost them at night instead of calming them down for a little bit of like leeway from all of the hustle and bustle. The extra synth work does that as well. Everything feels a little bit more aggressive than the day version. Everything feels a little bit more threatening overall, and it just really helps solidify that energy that you need to be doing stuff always. You need to be constantly active, constantly vigilant. Do not put anything down. You never know when you're going to need it. Keep your weapon on your holster. You're never sure. They also add these extra synths in there, like I was referencing, those retro synths. I don't know if I would necessarily call them bit crushed or anything, but it's definitely this like retro video game aesthetic. I don't even know if I would call it chiptune. It's maybe in that same vein, but just being used as accents to help lift everything up, because that thinner sound in the mix makes everything sound a little bit more electrified. It has some more energy behind it. And then also using that in a lot of places to not put the bass line down, but to lift it up instead. Like, instead of the bass line doing its usual thing where it would step down each note, whenever it had that synth with it, almost every single time, it would go up instead and keep that energy high. So you're getting this resonance in your ear that's higher, more electrified and exciting, while the bass is also rising instead of dropping like you thought it would be. So it's changing all of this energy around you and making things feel so much more alive, and I really cannot get over that approach at all. That is really fun. I think I've only ever heard one other day-night cycle like pair of songs from this game, and that was fun. And they did kind of the same thing. They didn't leave the energy at the door. They kept it high. They kept it rocking. I just wasn't sure if that was going to be consistent or not. Now I feel like it's gonna be, because if this song did it and the other song did it, two is starting to form a pattern, and I'm gonna get really excited because I love hearing that. I love how they approach that in games. I've heard other games do that too, where you have night versions that are a little bit more electrified and exciting, but it's usually way more common to be a little bit more subtle and calming and just like letting the player take a breath. And that's not the case here. And I love it when games don't do that, because it makes you want to play it at night instead of just wander the streets kind of bored because nothing is open and you can't do anything. And while in its own right, that is a great atmosphere to have, it's definitely not the style of game I've assumed Zenless Zone Zero to be. So I've got to assume that it's not that style of game now that I've had two songs kind of approach it in a very similar way, keeping that energy so high, adjusting things just to be a little bit more fun. And I love it. I'm basically saying the same thing over and over again, so I think that'll be the end of this video, just because I don't know if I can get my excitement down to make any more sense, but hopefully you all enjoyed this anyway, and you have many more songs waiting for me in the comments for me to be able to react to. But obviously what those will be, I will leave to you, so leave them down in the comments and I will get to them as I always do. And of course, if you want to follow me and support me for more stuff in the future, you know how to do all that, and I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye!